Dentista, the Spanish word for dentist. And good morning, and welcome to another beautiful day here in Ecuador. Today, I am going to save you 80% of your dental budget by coming here to Ecuador in order to do your teeth. It's so much cheaper here in Ecuador than the United States. Did you know that the United States dental care is the most expensive in the world? The world! It's so expensive in the United States, but here in Ecuador, a quick 4.5 hour trip from Miami, you'll receive really great dental care for a fraction of the price you would pay in the United States. Let's talk as I get my dental work done here at my dentist right downtown in Cumbaya, the most expensive place probably in all of Ecuador, and it only costs $50 for a tooth cleaning without any insurance. Let's go to the dentist. So I lived in the United States for 30 years before moving to Chile, and I had braces put on in Chile, and my braces, the whole braces, everything for 2 years was $1,500. In the United States to get braces, I could never get them because, well, my dad is an engineer and my mom is a teacher, and I have 4 younger sisters, and I just rarely could even go to the dentist to get a cleaning because it's so expensive in the United States. At least $100 in order to just get a cleaning in the United States, whereas here, the most that you'll pay is $50 for a cleaning, which is, I think, a great deal. And then, if you look at the other prices for here in Ecuador, so the fillings are about $40 to $80, a crown is about $300 to $600, implants are $800 to $1,500. Let me tell you about the United States. This is how much it costs in the United States. A cleaning, $100 to $300. Fillings, $150 to $500. Crowning, $1,000 to $2,000 plus dollars. And implants, $3,000 to $6,000 plus dollars. It's incredibly expensive in the United States, and that's why Ecuador is becoming one of these places where people from around the world, but especially the United States, to come to and get your dentistry work done here in Ecuador. You can enjoy the nice warm weather here while you're in the winter of Wisconsin or in the northern parts of the United States, or you can come here when you're dying of heat in the summertime in Miami and get your dentistry work done here in Ecuador for way cheaper and enjoy the beauty that is Ecuador. Wow. All right, I'm in the waiting area right now. Very beautiful, and I'm ready to go in. My shoes all ready to go. Moses, what do you think of the dentist?
Fine. It's like one powder is good and one powder is bad.
What's the bad part?
The bad part is the what part is that one? When you at the end when you have to put the stuff on.
And the good part?
The good part is everything else.
Everything else. Nice. That's awesome. Everything. If you like Moses' response, make sure you like, subscribe, give a little comment to me, because Moses will be happy, right?
If you don't subscribe.
Okay, here we are. And I just want to talk to you about the quality. The quality here in Ecuador, even though the prices are cheaper, is very good. I had some problems with my tooth here, and they cleaned it all out and they made it new again. It took me a couple of times, and it only cost me, I think it was like $200 to have it all cleaned out, this black tooth. Ha, gracias. Everyone is so nice. And if you don't know any Spanish, you could just, use Google Translate or something like that as well. I mean, I don't even need to use any Spanish right now. Pretty easy. You just open your mouth and let them do the work, and then pay. It's super easy and super nice. I love it here. ¿Hablas inglés o no?
No.
No, yeah.
Dolor, molestia, no, ¿verdad?
No.
Perfecto.
Okay, another big difference is that in the United States, you study to be a dentist for 8 years, and then you do your clinical for 2 to even 6 years. Here you go for 4 years to the university specifically to learn dentistry, and then you get your degree, which cuts the cost, I think, in all of Latin America when you do it that way. Okay, listo?
Listo. ¿Estamos listos?
Listo.
El dientecito que veíamos es de este. Pues la línea que checábamos es súper por acá atrásito y no veo una sombra profunda, entonces estamos perfectos. Es una sombra muy superficial.
So the other thing is that when you're done, you can pay with a credit card almost anywhere. I've never had a problem with paying with credit card. There are some rural places that you're probably just going to pay with cash, but in the bigger cities, you can pay with a credit card. Also, while I was sitting there thinking about this video, I was thinking there are some words that you should know, like muerde. That means bite, muerde. And the other ones are abrir tu boca, open your mouth, and cerrar your mouth, tu boca. So those are some things that you'd want to know, but otherwise, the doctors, they just tell you, okay, so they'll show you muerde, and if you don't understand, they'll just do it for you, like that. So they will help you and guide you in what they're trying to tell you to do. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice to be able to do something like that, and they can just act out what you need to do, and you just pay with a credit card, and it's pretty easy. My credit card is actually from the United States, so you can pay with your USA credit card and get points, that kind of thing too, if you have that. And well, happy that it's done, although I do have a cavity. I have to come back tomorrow. Cavity is going to be about $30 and about 30 minutes of work for him. So have that scheduled for tomorrow, but otherwise, just a really, really good experience. I feel like in the United States, they'll tell you have 20 cavities when you really don't have a cavity. Here, they'll tell you if you have a cavity when you do. And they'll tell you brush here a little bit more, and then you won't have a cavity. Be careful about this area, brush a little longer, make sure you floss, that kind of stuff. Very typical of any dentist in the world, I think. But in the United States, I've been ripped off by people telling me you have 30 cavities and it's going to cost you $2,000. Here, you have one cavity, and it's been 3 years of me coming here to the dentist. I never had a cavity, now I have one, and I just come back tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, $30, and set to go. It's kind of nice. All right, let's pay and head out to keep talking about the dentistry in Ecuador and Latin America in general, honestly. So I don't want to mislead any of you in coming here to Ecuador to do any of your dental care. What I do want to say is that it used to be the case that if you lived outside of the United States, you would have to go back to the United States in order to do a lot of healthcare. And that's just not the case anymore. In Ecuador, in Chile, where we lived 7 years, we've been here for 3 years, the dental care and the hospitals and the doctors anywhere have been absolutely incredible. And the prices are good. I think that the dentists here are awesome. And the way that I find the dentists in Latin America in general is I just look on Google Maps and I look at the dentists and then I see the reviews. So if it has really good reviews, that's where I go. That's how I found this place. 3 years ago when I moved here to Ecuador, I looked on Google Maps. I found it had really good reviews on Google Maps, and I thought it would be a good option. So I went there and I loved it. It was awesome. So that's where our whole family goes there now. You can also ask people around, things like that. That's okay. I think Google Maps and the reviews is awesome. It's super interesting too that instead of doing like a clinical in a place for 2 to 4 or even 6 years in the United States, what they do is a clinical in the campo. So outside of the city, outside of where they live, they get sent there for 1 year in the fields, like in the middle of almost nowhere, not really nowhere, but you get sent outside of the city and you go and study there by doing it. So you have 1 year of that here in Ecuador. And I think that's pretty typical in all of Latin America, that you go and you do your actual like doing part of it, your clinical part of it, in the campo area. And so that's what my dentist did. He told me all about it. He said it was super interesting. It wasn't too bad, but it was much colder. He went way high in the mountains to some random little town, and he was there for a year, and then he came back and he said it was so hot then when he got back here because he was used to the cold. But I think that the dentists here if you're wondering about a $10,000 fee to do something with your teeth in the United States or just to get braces on, I think Latin America is a great place. And if you're thinking of retiring here and you're not sure about what you should do, should you go back to the United States? What are you going to do for dental care? Is it any good? I'm here to assure you that it is good. If you move to a place like Cuenca, Guayaquil, here to Quito, there are so many options, and you don't need to have any insurance here in Ecuador for dental insurance. It just doesn't make any sense when it's so cheap. You don't need to get that. No international dental insurance, no dental insurance here in Ecuador. You do not need that. But if you're going to go to a rural area, just take a day trip and make your dentist appointment so that you're there for the day and then you get everything checked out and set to go. That'd be the way to go if I lived in the middle of nowhere, Ecuador, which would be pretty cool. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video for today. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok, gringoylatinojon, and I hope that you have some value from these videos. It's fun to share with you the differences between Chile, Ecuador, and the United States, places I've lived for a significant amount of time, and I really hope that if you're coming here to Ecuador, you're not super afraid. And if you are afraid, or if you come here and you had different experiences, please let me know. Just shoot me an email, gringoylatinojon@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm here to help you. If you need help moving here, if you need help with whatever it might be in Ecuador, love to try and make your transition as smooth as possible. I know sometimes it's really, really difficult to move to another country. For me, it took 3 years to adapt here to Ecuador from Chile. That's Latin America to Latin America. Going from the United States, all English, to all Spanish, and all these different cultural things that are just different, I'm here to help you. I know it's hard. All right, we'll see you guys next time. But for now, ciao, Scout.